Hey everyone, welcome to episode 16 of season 2 of Where's That Bar Cart? I am Nick Dury, alongside is
Daryl Purvis.
This is Monty Scott.
It is. We have just an incredible guest for you, a pro, an active pro, a Canadian pro all the way from Kelowna. She went to San Jose State on a full run scholarship. She won twice in college. She's won twice as a pro. It's Megan Osland on Where's That Bar Cart this week. Very excited. Hopefully there's no technical issues or
no, I don't know why there would be technical problems. Or
Kelowna, by all accounts, is the greatest internet city in all of Canada, I think.
Yeah, by all accounts.
Guys, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's no chance of technical issues.
None whatsoever.
None,
you know what?
zero.
Look, I've never seen Monty so adamant about anything.
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
Definitely won't be any technical issues in this episode. We
certainly didn't talk about the Roger Shaw merger at all in this episode. That's for sure. I can guarantee.
No,
it'd be funny if I'm so good at. It'd be funny if I'm so good at editing that this doesn't make sense. Like it's just a very smooth episode.
Well, we should probably say that there are some technical problems in this episode, but I think we get through it.
I think so.
Well, you could say, Nick, that maybe we're so good at introing that
very true.
It doesn't make sense.
I like that too. Yeah. Let's characterize it this way. It was a rough front nine, and we rallied, and we had a nice tight back nine. Let's say that.
Yeah, we did. We're not going to lie. The pro really stepped up on the back nine.
Really did. Yeah.
We three amateurs, we were here.
Yeah.
But the pro carried it.
She really did. And what an honor to meet Megan Osland and hear her story of coming out. She was you'll hear an elite hockey player, decided at a very young age that golf was her sport of choice, and is carrying that through. And it's just incredible to hear.
Yeah, this is, in my prediction, a good episode. All things.
Yeah. And incidentally, for the listeners, I also switched from hockey to golf.
Yes.
There was about 30 years in between, I think.
There was time in between, and nobody cares. But I did.
Yeah, well, you weren't. No offense to you, maybe you an elite hockey player. You weren't playing AAA hockey.
No, I was not. But that was because I was too elite.
Yeah.
I was in a shadow program. They had it. I was in a shadow program. I was playing with the CIA.
Oh, I did not know that.
From Scarborough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
playing in the sewers.
Young kids league.
Yeah. I was recruited. They wanted the best of the best, so they had me.
We're not gonna lie, we had a lot of technical issues, so we know what happens in this episode. Usually we don't know what happens in the episode. We have no idea.
That's right.
And we're coming in now confused.
Yep.
But so this intro might sound a lot like the outro.
Listen, I'm willing to lie, and I'm going to say we had no technical issues.
That's why the CIA found you. You are the best of the best.
Best of the best.
Enjoy us with Megan Osland. Thank you for doing this. This is quite an honor for us. We were super excited that you said yes to coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I think I tried to ask you before, but it froze. But are you in Kelowna for like holidays, or is this like an off season for you? Are you where are you at sort of in your season?
A little bit of both. Just here for the holidays. I'm heading back down south to Arizona on the 11th. So just kind of a little bit of time off. I played a tournament on December 27th. So
oh wow,
I haven't had a lot of downtime. But
how'd it go?
It was okay. I had the stomach flu leading up to the tournament. So
oh man.
Ideal set of circumstances, but it was all right.
Was it like a 4-day tournament kind of thing, like 2 days in a cut?
It was a fun one. It was one round, 4 players, winner take all for $10,000. So
whoa,
that's wild.
Yeah. So I was not the winner. All, but unfortunately, but no, it was fun either way.
Did you finish in the top 4 at least?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Well, it was you didn't lose nothing by playing, like other than not winning the money. It's not like a loser only takes a finger or something. Winner gets 10 G's, loser loses a finger.
As most golf tournaments are that way, Monty. It's as we all know.
Seemed inspired that way.
Again, just to remind our guest and any of our listeners, Megan, Monty is from Scarborough, Ontario. So if it seems extreme, some of the things around his examples, that's why.
Well, I mean, that's the only kind of 10 G's for 4 people I'm going to be able to play.
Is Arizona like a permanent home for you, Megan?
Not permanent, but I have done a few winters in Arizona. I just love it down there. It's easy for me to travel to from Kelowna, so I like to spend my winters there. Yeah.
Didn't I also read you spent some time in Australia as well?
Yeah, that was 2020. I went to Australia to play on their tour. For 2 months, I was over there, and the trip went just as planned, and I literally got back a week before COVID hit.
Oh my God.
And so the timing of it could not have been more perfect. Everything went exactly how we wanted it to. And so, yeah, I loved it over there. It was unbelievable.
How many tournaments did you get to play over there?
I want to say probably like close to 10-ish. Yeah. Around there. They have a lot of their tournaments are like pro-am style, so pretty much every tournament you're playing for money, and you're like in a cart with the guy who's like drinking beer and listening to music.
Oh my God. Do you
have it's a lot like this podcast right now, except for the no money part. So picture us, imagine playing a tournament with the 3 of us and you're trying to play for money. Oh.
It would seem distracting.
It took a little getting used to, I'll say that much. But
can you have like your game face on, or do you have to be social, like, or can you just kind of like, hey, I'm kind of playing for real here, so I'm not gonna talk to you, idiot?
Yeah, that was kind of like the balance I had to find, because usually like in a pro-am you want to be social, you want to make sure they're having a good time, but like at the same time, I'm playing for money here, so I have to at least focus a little bit. So yeah, it was a little bit of a different scenario than usual.
I want to get into sort of you getting into golf a little bit, but before we do that, you're our first active like professional player that we've had on. We've had some former players, we've had on caddies, a lot of journalists, we've had on some comedians who golf, that kind of thing. But you brought up COVID. What was it like being a professional player, sort of still in your prime, and COVID hits? Like, what was it like for you? March 2020 and beyond.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I said, I was in Australia. So kind of that was like, I was getting ready for the season, everything was going really well. And then when COVID hit, I came home right away. Obviously the Canadian government's telling everybody to come home, and especially being from Canada and having all of my competitive schedule in the US, I basically got stuck in Canada. Like I wasn't traveling. I couldn't really do anything. And up here, there's nothing really for women to play. So I ended up playing a couple of the Vancouver Golf Tour events. So it's basically, it's not just a men's tour. Women can play too, but it's majority of it is men. So I was playing against the guys that summer, and that's pretty much all I did. So it was like, it was a good opportunity to take the time to do some extra training, practice things that I needed to get better at. But at the same time, it was like, I had no idea when I would be able to play again.
Yeah. So, and didn't you kick ass in a couple of those tournaments? Didn't you win?
I did. Yeah. I think I had like a 3rd place finish, and I played pretty good in those events, but yeah, it's just fun to stay competitive, like in a year like that,
You've won. I know you won twice in college, and once, I believe, on the Century Tour. Is that right? Or twice? I hope I don't get that wrong.
I've got 2 professional wins. 2 professional tournament wins.
You've had a couple wins. Is it a highlight better than any of those wins, beating a bunch of idiots from Vancouver?
Sorry, I just heard the end of that.
Oh yeah, okay, good. That was the best part.
What's better, beating a bunch of men or winning the like a women's event?
Um,
Oh, oh man, I don't know what she said, but I could tell she really hates men.
Yeah.
Really likes sticking it to those men.
Can you try talking, Megan? We can't hear you.
hello.
Oh, there we
there
go.
you are.
Sorry, could you say that answer again?
I was gonna say definitely the women's event because I beat men on the daily. So
That's great. So I read online you started at 9 years old. Were you into other sports before you started playing golf?
yeah, so I played a lot of sports growing up, but my big one was I was a competitive hockey player.
Mm.
Hockey. I played AAA hockey for a long time, and then golf was kind of my off-season sport.
Mhm.
It was like my summer thing to do when I wasn't playing hockey, and then the two sports started to collide a little bit. I was starting to do summer training for hockey and vice versa with golf, so I just had to make the decision, and I'm happy with the decision I made for sure.
How was that decision making? Like, were you, because you probably excelled more at hockey, like quicker, and then golf sort of developed. So how was it making that decision? Was that a difficult decision for you to make?
Yeah, it was really hard. I mean, they're just so different, sports wise, like team versus individual is such a different mindset. But I think for me, I was starting to think about the longevity of the sport. So obviously, as a woman in hockey, I don't feel that there's quite as much opportunity and as much longevity in the sport as there is in golf. And then also I was looking at like, I wanted to play sports in college. So I was thinking, do I want to go to a school where I'm going to be warm playing golf, or do I want to be like up north and freezing my butt off playing hockey somewhere? So yeah, those are kind of factors in my decision. But I think
Were you getting recruited at the time? Like, were you that good at golf that the recruiting had started?
No, not at that point. I was still like 13, 14 years
Oh,
old
geez. Okay.
when I made that decision. But those are kind of things that my parents were helping me like think about at that point. So
Yeah, already smart enough to say I would rather go to San Jose than North Dakota.
yeah, well, exactly.
So how did your approach to golf change at 13, 14 when you made that decision? Did you just take all of that energy you had put into hockey and just transfer it entirely into golf? And did you drop every other sport?
Yeah. I went all in on golf, and that was kind of, I started playing tournaments at 12. And so when I was 13, 14, that's when I really started ramping up playing tournaments kind of all over BC. And then started, as I got older, started to travel down to the States to get exposure for college and things like that. So I went all in on golf.
Wow. So you're playing tournaments at a young age. How are you handling pressure at a young age? Because as you said, hockey's a team sport where you can rely on 20, 21 other players alongside you to kind of pick things up. So what was that like transferring from that team sport to a solo sport when you're faced with pressure situations?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I kind of just had a goal for myself, right? Like when I went on all in golf, I love to win no matter what sport I was playing. So that was kind of my motivating factor. And yeah, I think I don't know. I just went all in. I tried to compete like I did in hockey. And I kind of I still relate a lot of things to the way I played hockey because I don't know. I just had this like fire within me that I wanted to win so bad. So I just kind of transferred that to golf, and yeah, works.
Was there a moment where you were like, oh shit, I'm really good at golf?
I think when I ended up with a full ride scholarship to San Jose State. So that kind of
Yeah, I'd say.
That helped to validate, all the hard work I'd been doing throughout high school and everything, take it to the next level. And played professionally. So
We
Did you
lost
ever-
the middle part of that. Go ahead, Monty.
So good.
Well, I was just thinking, when you got good at golf, did you ever think to yourself regarding hockey, like, and winning and all that? It was like, maybe it was my teammates, you know, like when you're winning at golf, like maybe my teammates screwed up.
yeah, there's sometimes in golf that I wish I had a team. It's like I was watching a hockey game the other day, and after the goalie had like 2 or 3 goals scored against him, they pulled him and put the other guy in, and I was like, well, I wish I could do that in golf. Like I wish after my front nine, after a crappy front nine, you could just sub me out and put somebody else in for the back.
Well, you bet. I definitely feel that way in golf. That was my style in hockey. I'm a good passer. And I'm like, so let somebody else skate, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Well, and with hockey, and you're on a team, even if you're not a very good team, you're still winning, between 15 and maybe 25 games out of the year. So you're winning, you have some exposure to winning, but with golf, it's so few and far between, I got to imagine. So how was managing? Because you mentioned earlier how much you'd like to win. So how did you manage not winning?
I mean, I think you just have to set different goals, right? Like in golf, winning to you could be like, hitting whatever 70% of your fairways or something like that. Like you just have to set other goals that aren't necessarily winning, like coming number one. Because like you said, that happens so rarely in golf. Like if you win a couple times a year, you're having a fantastic season, right? So you just have to set different goals, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned getting recruited to San Jose State. What was it like as a freshman? Like you go there, do you know what to expect? Is it intimidating? You're playing with other great players, presumably, and you're sort of low on the totem pole. Like what was that freshman year like?
I mean, it was so crazy, especially coming from a town like Kelowna and getting thrown into San Jose is like, I think they're like the 10th largest city in the United States or something. It was such a shock. Like I was so lost for a little while. I had no idea what I was doing. The only thing I knew how to do was play golf at that point. And so, I just showed up. But I mean, the biggest thing for me golf wise was the 36 hole tournaments. Like you're playing 36. Yeah, the 36-18, like 36 in one day. I think I was like falling asleep after 27 holes in my first tournament. And I don't know how we did it. Like I could never, I played maybe one 36 hole tournament now per year. And I'm like, that's just a lot. So
why do they do that?
It's just that we don't miss as much school. Like they want to get the 3 rounds in. Yeah, in the least amount of time.
That's why university football games, they play 2 in a day, just because they don't want those football players missing any time.
Right, yeah.
That would throw off your competitors, though. If you're falling asleep and you're like, she's a cool customer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't
just
even
lay
keep her
down on
awake.
the green and have a quick nap while they're putting. I'd be furious.
It was definitely a struggle those first few tournaments, that's for sure.
I know you won twice in your senior year, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens like from freshman to senior? Like how do you advance? Are you getting coaching? I assume you're getting coaching from your actual coach in college, and then like is it focus on your actual development, or is it focus on trying to win these tournaments? Like I'm trying to just understand that balance of your development, you as a golfer versus like the school trying to compete and win trophies.
Yeah, we have our school coaches. So, and then I think everybody kind of had their own like individual swing coaches back home as well.
Okay.
So you kind of work on your own development with your own coach, and then our coaches at school are helping us a lot with like
Sorry, Megan, you cut out there. You were just about to talk about.
I bet you every time it's like your best answer, and then
Okay. Where was I? Oh, our head coach.
Yeah.
Used to caddy on the LPGA tour for Meg Mallon.
Cool.
Oh,
and
wow.
and his wife was our assistant coach, and she used to play on the LPGA tour herself.
Cool.
So we had a lot of, between the two of them, a lot of experience.
We're not, just so you know, I don't know if you can hear us, we're not laughing at you. They're laughing at me for how much editing I'm going to have to do. And I'm going on a golf trip. I'm literally driving to North Carolina tomorrow afternoon for a 7-day golf trip. So I have like tonight to edit, and this is going to be the most I've ever had to edit. So this isn't, we're not laughing at
funny.
you.
It's funny to me. As our guy who's going through burnout has to do all of this now.
Sorry.
If only it was
okay,
like a
no.
hockey team and you had someone to help you.
That's the time a teammates come in handy.
I'm afraid to ask this question, but we're frozen again. I'll wait till we're unfrozen.
She's talked a lot about San Jose. It's because San Jose I know is a big tech capital. We should take some of that tech capital in San Jose and go to Kelowna and work on their.
Yeah.
I was shocked to find out that San Jose is in the top 10 largest cities, and I went there to see the Leafs play once. It didn't seem that massive to me. I'm surprised it's so big.
Yeah.
Well, that whole bay is nonstop people, right? From San Fran to San Jose, and I guess beyond. I don't know what happens beyond San Jose.
You don't want to know.
I'm sure
man.
it's people.
You don't want to know. Okay, I'm going to attempt to ask a question. Let's. So 2 U.S. Opens. What, like the first time you're going there? I mean, that must be overwhelming. Mm-hmm. Was it? What are you thinking that first time that you're walking? You're driving up there that first day. What is going through your head?
I mean, so luckily I had played in, I think, at least 1 or 2 LPGA tournaments before that US Open, which helped a lot with just like the shock factor of playing with the players on the LPGA. But the US Open was like just another level of, I mean, the USGA did such a good job. That golf course was unbelievable. We just got treated like royalty there. And the whole experience was unbelievable. But the funny thing was, and I think the USGA did this on purpose. So my pairing for the first 2 rounds was me, another girl named Megan, and a girl named Mega. Megan, and Mega. And I'm like,
I think we have Megan next week. I think Megan's booked.
I hope it's the right Mega in 2 weeks, because I didn't even know that was a name, Mega.
Did you think after that tournament, did you ever think maybe I should just drop the N and go Mega as well? No one's going to know Mega, that Mega.
No one will ever know.
Yeah, you can take over Mega.
I think I'll keep the N.
Yeah, by all means, I'm not suggesting take away the N, but it's an option. Or you can take away the N and add an exclamation mark.
So what's the process after graduating college? Are you immediately a pro? Like, sorry if that's a silly question, but like, what do you do after college? Do you start entering qualifiers? Like, what happens?
I mean, if you want to get status on any of the Epson Tour, try to make it to the LPGA, you have to go through Q school. Mm-hmm. So I did that right away. I was actually I had to do an internship in school. And so I was still in school when I did my Q school.
Hmm. We'll get into the par 5 questions in a bit, but a couple other just questions because we've never had someone like you on. Do you get approached by sponsors right away? You were just about to answer and you cut out.
Yeah, we missed we missed the answer on the sponsors.
Oh, no, unfortunately.
There's
Nick keeps cutting her mic out for some reason. I don't know
there's a
why.
function of Zoom. There's a chat function in Zoom, Megan. Why don't you type out your answers and we'll dictate to the audience what your answers are. It'll be our first 4.5 hour long podcast, but I think that's probably just go to the chat function and.
She's still a kid. Her typing's probably really good. She can type this out no problem. The average 28-year-olds are way better typists than we are, so no problem.
Okay, let's try to do the par 5.
Okay, listen, I've been at this course all night. Is this the par 5?
I think Monty sits in traffic and thinks of new par 5 ways to say it.
Yeah. That's his meditation.
That is my meditation. Okay,
let's go. Question 1, Megan. What is your favorite golf course?
Ooh, so my fave is a course that I got to play in college, on Maui. It's Kapalua.
Oh, Kapalua! They're playing the Tournament of Champions there. Today was the first day, I think.
Yes, and so they're playing the Plantation course.
Oh, right.
Which I have played, but my favorite is the Bay course. They have a second course there. That's not quite as famous, I guess. But I love it. It's like right along the ocean, whereas Plantation's a little bit higher up. Like you get the nice views, but the Bay is like right on the cliffs. It's just beautiful. Like I've never been so distracted on a golf course before, just like looking at the ocean and watching people surfing and
oh my God.
So yeah, that's my favorite for sure.
That sounds amazing.
Tournament, or was that a vacation?
A tournament. Yeah, we got to go to Hawaii all 4 of my years at San Jose State. So for tournaments.
Yeah, you picked golf. Picking golf was the right decision. I'm pretty sure University of North Dakota doesn't head over to Hawaii to play any hockey games.
Yeah.
Oh, I would guess not.
And that was the most distracted you've been, and you've played with a bunch of drinking Australians. This says a lot for the beauty of the course.
Distracted in a good way.
The second part of question number 1, Megan, is I don't know if you've played either Augusta, St. Andrews, or Pebble. You played Pebble, one of them?
I played Pebble. Yeah.
You played Pebble. Okay, but so other than those 2 courses that you've not played, which course in the world would you most want to play?
So there's a course in, I think it's Nova Scotia, called Cabot Cliffs.
Yes, it's come up. Well, Daryl's from Nova Scotia, and we had what is his title, Daryl? Not the pro. He's not the head pro.
He was the pro, and then he took a different position.
Yeah.
But anyway, we had someone from Cabot on a few weeks ago. It comes up a lot. A lot of people want to play that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I just think it's so cool that we have a place like that in Canada too. It's like it almost looks to me like it's like Pebble Beach meets like Scotland or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, Cape Breton, where it's at, looks a lot like Scotland. So I think at one point they were probably together, and then continents shift. So I mean, Nova Scotia is literally New Scotland. That's how much they look alike. But everybody just keeps bringing that up. I think we should just get every guest we've had, and we just have a big road trip to. Once you get back from Myrtle Beach, Nick, maybe we should should all head out to Nova Scotia.
Let me get back from Myrtle Beach and then spend the next 3 weeks editing this episode, and then we could organize a Cabot trip.
I don't want to jinx it, but we're on about 4 straight minutes of no problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Ever since she started stealing her neighbor's Wi-Fi, everything's been great.
Okay, Megan, question number 2. We thought, by the way, this is the first time we've ever admitted this. We thought that we spent a lot of time coming up with these 5 questions. We thought they were all so unique and original. And then the second question, when we asked people are like, oh, I've been asked that all the time. So it wasn't that original. But you can put together your ideal foursome, of which you're also playing in, with a caveat: no tour players, no pros, and anyone alive or dead. Who would you select to round out your foursome?
So, I mean, okay, well, first of all, this one's a little bit like sentimental for me because I
Good.
was thinking about it and I was like, oh, okay, well, that would be awesome. So I never really met like either of my grandfathers.
Oh,
And
that's
so I
great.
think it's super cool to play golf with both of them.
That's amazing.
And then also my grandma was like the biggest golf nut I've ever met in my life. She's like the reason why my family started playing golf. And then oh no, wait, that's already 4. Oh no, wait. Okay, so we have to cut out
It's
one
okay.
of them. Okay.
No, you don't. No, no,
One
no.
of them plays the
no.
front 9,
Yeah.
goes in for a hot dog. Someone,
Yeah.
it's like a hockey team. Someone
It's like a
comes
hockey
in.
goalie.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have they have a
good.
bad
Grandma
front
will-
9. You swap them out.
Grandma
Yeah.
will for sure like need to tap out after 9. Okay, so and then Wayne Gretzky would
Oh.
be my
Oh,
Very nice.
yeah,
Does-
but I know Wayne's like a huge golfer anyways. He loves his golf, but
Yeah.
yeah, just being such like a hockey nut and an Oilers fan. I think that would be very cool.
that would have been a good time for your internet to shut off.
That would have been a good time for it to cut out.
Doesn't Wayne Gretzky have a winery in Kelowna?
He does, yeah. Yeah.
So he must spend time there.
I guess so. Yeah, there's a lot of hockey players who do summers in Kelowna.
Yes, I remember hearing that.
Yeah, and we've had Kelowna mentioned a couple times for the best courses you want to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got
Um,
some great stuff out here.
So I would say just go to the winery, hang out there. Maybe Wayner comes by.
You never know.
I remember one time I was doing a show at Second City in Toronto across the street from Wayne Gretzky's bar when it used to be literally across the street.
Uh-huh.
And someone came in and said Wayne Gretzky was drinking at Wayne Gretzky's. And then just a bunch of people left the show.
And
We were just
that
gonna go,
explains
yeah.
Canadian comedy to everyone.
Yeah, you get a choice. You can watch a stand-up comedy show or you could go watch a guy drink. Which one you picking?
Megan, this isn't one of the questions, but you mentioned your family were all sort of really into golf, but I sort of get a sense that they were probably all good athletes. You have a lot of good athletes in your family. Are you the one who's sort of made it to the most elite level in your family?
Yeah. I mean, my brothers played a little bit of hockey growing up, and I've got some more extended family that are playing hockey at, the junior levels and stuff like that. But yeah, I think so far, I mean, we do have quite a few athletes in our family, but nobody who's like played at a professional level in their
That's
sport.
amazing.
So,
That's so great.
yeah.
And again, okay, this is question 3, but I'm going to frame it in a different way than we normally do. Because you're a professional golfer, active professional golfer. Do you play casual rounds of golf?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's
So,
because it's yeah.
continue. What is a casual round of golf like for you?
Well, it's hard because if I play golf and I don't focus, like it frustrates me if I
Really?
start to shoot a bad score because I'm not focusing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I need like a happy medium. Like I have to be just, casual golf for me is like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's golf.
You haven't probably haven't like figured it out yet. Like you haven't figured out that happy.
Yeah.
Right.
What
Okay.
is that?
So you're
Can I ask this question first though?
Of course.
What's your practice to playing ratio? How much are you practicing versus just going out and playing around?
It's probably pretty equal. I try to do a lot of my practicing on the golf course. Like my favorite thing to do in the summer especially when I'm at home is like go out at 5 o'clock and when there's nobody on the golf course and throw a few balls in the fairway bunker, throw some balls around the green, like practice different shots on the course. I think that's the best way to practice.
That's
All
awesome.
right.
Okay, so you're figuring out casual golf still. But you're somewhere hot. Let's say you're in Arizona in July and you're trying out casual golf and the bar cart comes along. One, are you ordering anything? And if you are, what are you ordering from the bar cart?
I mean, I'm not like I don't drink very much on the
That's
golf
okay.
course.
Yep.
But if I do, it's probably just gonna be like a seltzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah. That's what I
I
drink.
was really going to open. She was going to say I don't really drink on the golf course, but if I do, it's probably a triple Jack Daniels and
Probably just like tequila shots and.
yeah.
But the one thing that I actually really got into last summer that I never had before were Caesars.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're good drink, and that'll give you, maybe if you have a couple Caesars, it'll give you where you want to be in casual golf, like half the eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
You're just trying to tone down the eye of the tiger a bit.
Actually,
That's,
I think it was the pro from Cabot told us a story of someone ordering a Caesar in one of those red cups, and he set it down on the ground, and whoever they were playing with hit a shot, and their divot went right into their Caesar.
Oh. That's one way to ruin a Caesar.
Yeah.
No, it was
Yeah.
actually who was Gina? The last time Gina was on an episode, who was it?
Oh, did I get that wrong?
John Gordon. John Gordon, the
maybe.
writer.
Anyway, thanks for
Um,
fact checking me, Daryl.
Well, we don't want anybody upset. We don't want to get angry letters, so we screwed that up. My wife loves a Caesar on the golf course.
Yeah.
And I'm always amazed, like even on a hot day, she'll order a Caesar. And I'm like, huh, I can't picture a hot day Clamato juice, but no, go for it. So,
All right.
Yeah.
Question 4, Megan. You can answer either or both, or it's your choice. So either the angriest you've ever seen someone on the golf course, or what is your temperament? Like, how do you keep from losing it on the golf course?
I mean, I'd say I'm pretty chill on the golf course. And I haven't seen a lot of like crazy anger on the
Mhm.
golf course. But if there's anything, it's definitely coming from like a pro-am.
Really? Oh, from like an amateur?
Oh yeah. Like it's
Oh,
happening
yeah.
in a
Are amateurs trying to? I've like caddied in a couple pro-ams when I was a teenager, so like a long time ago. Are amateurs trying to impress you?
Well, I think that I think that their ego is like a little bit hurt after a few holes, you know? Like, and so
why?
I think that they start to get frustrated easily,
Yeah.
and then they don't know how to control themselves a little bit. So
That's great.
When you say their egos are a little hurt, is it because you're a woman? Or because if it's a pro-am, I'm going to think the pro is going to be better than me
Exactly. of course.
99 and a half times out of 100.
that's what you should expect, right? But you know, until it actually happens, I think they're a little bit in denial. So
Who are these people? I don't understand.
well, and a lot of times people come out like, especially on, you know, the Epson tour or whatever, like the pro-ams aren't for anything. I
Right.
mean, you get all your gifts when you show up. There's not really any big prizes. Most of the time people like just get in their car and leave afterwards, but there's some people that just think like they want to win the pro-am so bad.
Yeah.
They are so all in. And that just, yeah, they could get frustrating.
I like to see like a NHL hockey game where a guy comes out and says, you know what, I can be the best player in this game. Like I know this guy who's 60 years old and he swears he could still score 40 goals in the NHL. And I always say, but you've never scored one. How can you still score 40 goals? And then he gets angry because I've called him out on his still scoring 40 goals in the NHL. That guy would get pissed at a pro-am because Megan comes along and drives it by him.
Mhm.
Yeah. What would you say is the best part of your game?
My putting.
Really?
For sure.
Nice.
Yeah. Which is not something I would have said a couple years ago, but I started working with a new putting coach, and he's awesome, and I've just made huge strides in my putting. So that's definitely like the best part of my game, and the one I'm most confident in too.
Can
What-
you
what has
explain
he
a little bit
changed?
about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's changed?
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of just broke down my putting from the beginning. And I think it's a lot of how I approach putting too. It's like my visualization, my processes, my green reading, a little bit of everything that's kind of just come together. And I've simplified my putting stroke and my setup so that it's a lot more consistent now. So yeah.
I would say also, again, I don't want to jinx it, but your internet coach has really changed some things and
Yeah.
really.
Oh, right. Yeah, I should have figured that out a little
It
sooner.
was a real rough front nine, but the back nine is very strong.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Once you had that nap, that was it.
Can we talk about gear a little bit? Like, are you sponsored by a manufacturer right now? Are you locked into one single brand when it comes to your clubs?
I'm not, but I have been using, so my set is TaylorMade through to my irons, and then I've got Titleist wedges, and I've got an even roll putter.
Okay. And sorry, what kind of TaylorMades? So Stealth Driver and Woods?
I've got the Stealth Driver, Woods and hybrids, and then I've got the P790 irons and the Titleist Vokey wedges.
And how long will these stay in your bag?
Well, I just got them last winter, so I'll probably at least have another year out of them. And the wedges usually wear out a little bit faster, so be a little bit sooner on those. But
effective that the wedges wear out faster, because sometimes I'll hit 4 or 5 wedges a hole. That's a lot of wedges.
Can't imagine how that would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes things go a little south. I'm not gonna lie.
Trees are hell on wedges.
Yeah. I broke one on a rake once too, so rakes aren't that good either.
But being like effectively a free agent when it comes to gear, when you're thinking about something new, are you like, throw it all the bag and I'll just go through all the different new clubs from a manufacturer and see what fits? Or do you have like a leaning towards a specific brand? Like, how do you approach putting together your new bag basically?
I've kind of stuck with what I like. I find like the different manufacturers, they have a different look or feel to their clubs that you just kind of get used to. I used to be a Cobra person I had a Cobra driver and Cobra hybrids for the longest time, like over 10 years.
Wow.
But I've been big on the TaylorMade irons for a long time. And then just recently added the driver and the hybrids TaylorMade as well. And then there's just something about the Titleist wedges that I love. I've tried the TaylorMade wedges, but I just always go back to the Titleist. So I think I'll stick with that kind of combination for a long time. Was it DeChambeau who put you off Cobra? Is that what caused the divorce? The 10-year. No. No, it was just, I kept trying. I tried some of the Cobra stuff, and just eventually I like having everything the same as well. Yeah, a big mixture. So
this would be a good chance, Nick, for you to ask any questions from the front nine that fell apart.
Hi, I'm Nick. Welcome, Megan, to the podcast. It's great that
we haven't touched on something yet. I know we still have one more question.
No, please, no, we'll leave that to the end. Go ahead, Daryl.
Did I read or see something today when I was doing a little research? 6 holes in one?
Yeah, I've got 6 holes in one. Yeah.
Wow. What timeline are we talking about? Like, when did these happen?
So I had like 5. I had one per year for 5 years in a row, from like the age of like 14 through whatever, for 5 years when I was young. And then I had this long drought of no hole in ones. And then
was that a long drought?
Try 37 years for
exactly.
me. Is that kind of drought?
Try longer than you've been alive for.
Yeah.
How about that?
Do you remember 9 years before you were born when I started my drought?
Yes. So But my most exciting hole in one was my sixth, my most recent, at the 2019 Canadian Women's Open Pro-Am.
Oh my.
And it was cool because I had all the Pro-Am guys there, and a bunch of them had their kids caddying for them, so like 13, kind of 14-year-old kids. And they had never seen a hole in one before. So everyone was like taking photos, and the kids were so excited. And yeah, that was probably my most awesome hole in one.
The best part would have been the AMs getting all pissed off that you hit it, throwing their clubs. And...
Yeah, no, they were so excited. It was awesome to see.
That's wild because, well, there's a lot of pros don't have hole in ones, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there are. Yeah.
You don't go a year without one. That's amazing.
6. Did you start getting bored? We were like, another one.
You could make an argument that maybe you should just win golf.
Yeah.
You're like, I won.
How many more holes to prove now? That's
that's it.
Okay, before we ask the last question, I have to ask around either winning the 2 tournaments in college or the 2 times as a pro. Your psyche going into, I think I asked a couple guests ago, but is the night before the round harder than the morning of the final round? And like, I don't know where you were sort of position wise when you won those tournaments, if you were in the lead or came from behind, but like, what did you find now looking back was harder the night before, the morning of?
I think the morning of, because I think that when you wake up and you realize like, oh, it's the day of the final round, you have like a little bit of like the anxiety and the nervousness a little bit. But I find like as soon as I'm out on the golf course, that's when I'm like calm again. And I think, was it Scotty Scheffler or somebody that was talking about this, that he was like, he feels the same thing. He was like throwing up the morning of the final round. And then when he got to the golf course, it was like, okay, here we are. Like, this is our happy place.
Right.
Yeah. So I think definitely the morning for me anyway.
That was actually, you know, who you asked that was Gail Graham.
Yeah, it was. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Which I think you know Gail Graham.
Yeah. She coached and mentored me for many years growing up. I think since I was like 8 or 9 years old. So
amazing.
Wow.
I don't know. This is the last question, but it's a big one for a pro. But your favorite golf moment?
So this one was a little sentimental for me too.
Good.
But it was my tournament win. It was spring of 2021. Sorry. And it was just after my golf coach, Sean Richardson, had passed. So he was my coach of 11 years. And I was in Orlando at the time when I got the phone call that he had passed. And so, you know, naturally I was in pretty rough shape. I was grieving and just going through a rough time. And I played a tournament the next day and kind of started off rough. And in my final round, I ended up, we played like 20 some holes that day because the weather screwed up our tournament rounds. But my final round, I ended up birdieing 9 of my last 12 holes to shoot 65. And I won the tournament by 1 shot, and I beat Paula Creamer in that tournament she was playing in.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. Just, you know, it was kind of like I almost like did it for him, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was such a cool moment. I had my dad on the bag, and then the week after, while this happened, I qualified for the US Open as well. So that kind of week of success that I had, I kind of dedicated to him, and, you know, I had him in mind during those wins. And so, yeah, that was kind of my most special moment for
That's
sure.
Amazing. That's great.
And the funny thing about that round was I shot 65, but I had a triple on my last hole.
Oh my God.
I tripled. It was a par 3, like island green, just a horrible golf hole. And I tripled it coming in to shoot 65 and win by 1. So
Jesus. Did
That's
you?
amazing.
What did you blame your dad because he was on the bag? Like, did he give you the wrong
Yeah.
club? Was that would have been the obvious thing?
That hole, I think the average score in that hole in the tournament was like a double bogey.
Wow.
Like it's
God.
the most ridiculous golf hole. Like it makes no sense. But I'm just glad I got it out of there with a triple because it could have been worse.
What an amazing story, though. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's
And it's cool we have so much in common because I've tripled the 18th hole a lot too. So
for a 65, 62 girl.
for the back nine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
On the
Good.
You should have asked you should have looked at your dad and been like, why did you just tell me to hit a hole in one?
Oh, with that, the freeze. It's
Yeah,
back.
we end like we start.
Oh, we had such a good round going there. That was
I know.
nice.
It was great.
It is almost like we just triple dented that right there. She's asleep. She's asleep. It's okay. We played too many holes today.
Yeah, it's amazing. With narcolepsy that she's achieved so much.
It was a good run there. We got the.
That was very good. Got the par
Yeah,
five.
and that was a great story. I
Oh.
mean,
No, that's
Are you back?
that was awesome.
Are you back, Megan? You can hear us?
close. We're close.
Okay.
Got it?
I feel good about this.
I don't know if that was intended for us or not, but I like it. That was fantastic. That was an amazing answer, by the way. That was
Yeah.
so we never really were three idiot comics. We never really intended for sentimentality to be a big part of this podcast. But now that it's come up, and you're definitely not the first one, it's come up several times with people sort of being thoughtful and sentimental about their picks for either the par, the grouping, the foursome, or favorite golf moment. And that was that was an amazing answer. And I know we had some technical difficulties, but it was so cool.
Well, we made it. We made it to the end, but
Yeah.
it really shows you like the connections people make from golf
Yeah.
and how much it means to their life. And that's not an internet connection joke.
Yeah,
by the
I
way.
was gonna say
It is,
Connection puns.
Yeah.
yeah, that wasn't what it was meant to be. Until Monty laughed, I was
I thought you were talking broadband.
no, how often have you ever heard me talk broadband?
Not often. You're correct.
But thank you for coming on, and we wish you nothing but success. We're going to be in
Yeah.
your corner and cheering for you. You've got 3 new idiot fans. If we ever play
Yeah.
in a pro-am, we will be deferential to you. We will never get pissed off at you being better than
No,
us.
we'll be
'Cause-
excited.
yeah,
If we ever play in a pro-am, or maybe we should play a scramble. We'll just be excited that we're using all of your shots. That'd be
There we
nice.
go.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
We got a hole in one. We got a hole in one as a group. Would that be nice?
yeah, we got our 7th hole in one as a group. This is amazing.
Yeah, I'll just put my club right away.
But seriously, Megan, thank you so much.
Yeah,
and
that
best
was
of luck, and keep killing it out there. And
Yeah.
we can't wait to watch you and follow your success.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for putting up with my Canadian horrible internet connection over here.
to be fair, we all have Canadian internet connections.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. I guess, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Kelowna, but figure
It's
it out.
cold. It's cold there.
Well, it was more than worth it to have you on. It was amazing.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right,
Best of
good luck with
Thank you.
everything.
All right.
See you, Megan.
Bye.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was a great episode. No technical issues that I could hear.
None whatsoever. Smooth as butter.
I thank God for gracing us with no technical issues at all.
You know what's weird about this podcast is I hang out with Monty a lot. Never hear him say anything religious. But he gets on the podcast and he's like, God bless. And
Yeah.
thank you for God for blessing us with. You're a lot like Donald Trump or Doug Ford. You like literally, unless you're making a speech, there's no God in your life until you're like, how can I sound holy?
Well, it sounds reverential. You know, I
Mhm.
like to sound more like a reverend. I've always said to myself, should I be more like a reverend? And try to be more reverential. You know, so I was like, well, you know, can I get a witness? You know,
Okay, you
hey,
got
just
a witness.
just throw it out there. I got a question.
I like.
Yeah.
Oh, can I get a witness?
Reverence and a reverend. That's great.
No, I just, hey, you want to be like Revel, or like you want to be like a reverend or not? That's reverential.
Anyway, I thought that was a great episode.
Yeah.
Even with the technical difficulties, still I thought it was very funny, and still can't believe 6 holes in one.
Amazing.
That is just unbelievable. That's it's winning golf. It's incredible.
Yeah. Follow Megan on Instagram. You can follow her. I think it's at Megan Osland Golf, something like that. She's a great follow, and yeah, always pull for a Canadian. Canadian trying to make it. It's always a good thing to do.
Yeah,
So,
I got a new somebody to root for in golf now.
exactly. Yeah.
This is good for you, Monty. You've needed someone new to root for.
I have. I mean, otherwise I'm rooting for Beefcake over there, DeChambeau. I don't know. What am I rooting for him for? I want somebody new. I want somebody I can get behind.
Just so you know, her Instagram is Megan Osland. So not
At
Megan
Megan
Osland. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So
thank you all for listening. Thanks for sharing the pod, for reviews. Please continue to do that. Rate it, share it with someone, share it with a golfer in your life. We would love that.
yeah, you can follow us at Megan Osland / where's that bar cart, and or just where's that bar cart. Unless you're on Twitter, then it's that bar cart.
Yes.
Because they only let you have so many letters
on Twitter. Thank you to Comedy Records for hosting us on your podcast network. It's a real honor, and we've got 2 more episodes left in this season. Do you believe that?
I can't believe we're almost done. This is crazy.
Incredible.
It is hard to believe.
This probably isn't the place to ask this, but do we not have a sponsor anymore?
No, that was a 2 months deal, and the 2 months are over, and here we are. We're a free agent, just like Megan Osland with her clubs. We are free to choose whatever we want.
All right.
Yep. Throwing it out there.
Excited to see what we choose.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there to Revlon.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there to Goodyear tires. Throwing it out there to,
You know what? Let's go back to an old favorite, Laker beer, if you're listening.
Laker Lager.
Laker Lager, right up our alley.
Love to have you.
We're hanging out in alleys. Laker Lager.
Yeah.
Is that their slogan?
I think so.
Yeah. Get comfortable in an alley. Put your feet up.
Laker Lager, very returnable cans.
We're hanging out in an alley. God bless you. Laker Lager.
Laker Lager. You can sleep in an alley. What's the big deal?
He's the Don Draper of Laker Lager.
You know what? I can't believe. I thought the technical problems were not great, but somehow this outro might be worse than the technical problems. I don't even know how we've just gone off on. Well, it's.
Oh boy!
I knew we could do it.
Yeah. I
had confidence in us that we can make this more complex.
Oh, God willing, Monty. God willing, we could do it.
With God behind us, who's going to stop us? That's that's what everybody. That's what everyone says in the sailboats. When God's with us, nothing can stop us.
As Monty on this podcast always says, "Judge me not."
Yeah.
Lest ye be judged.
Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you next week.
On the left side of the fairway.
Yeah.
And something distracted him.
Say it, Monty.
God bless you all.